Hey there, it's Fresh Mark Sense with another fresh review. Today I'll be doing something a little bit different. Shops that you should never buy from if you are a consumer that cannot wear a mask. Now, we've seen a growing trend of this recently, that shops have been unable or unwilling to let customers in without a mask, even if they show an exempt badge. Most shops are actually very good with this, and they allow customers through if you show an exempt badge. But customers um, eh, some customers also rile up and say that this is a problem, but really I think each to their own, and everybody should do what they feel makes them comfortable. I myself am somebody who suffers from a little bit of claustrophobia sometimes, so wearing a mask is not good for me because it makes me feel a little bit boxed in and inhibits my ability to enjoy fragrances when I'm at the shop. And most fragrance shops have been very accommodating of this. One fragrance shop in particular that I had a problem with was the Hayat Pharmacy. This is located in central London. I think it's Brompton Rd or something like that. I've left a link in the description to the review on Google Maps because it was quite a contentious issue, because I was first enjoying my experience at the shop, and the customer service person, he was very helpful, and he was leading me to the Montal section, which was quite surprising that they actually had a Montal fragrance section in a pharmacy. But this was an Arab kind of pharmacy, and they had something different, so good on them for that. And they had some discounts, so I was thinking, okay, can I try them? Some I couldn't try them, some they did have testers, but they had some good discounts, up to 4 bottles that were actually reduced in how many milliliters, about 60 milliliters. You could get it for £20 of, I think it was oud flowers or something like that. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But long story short, what happened is, first thing, I was asked, excuse me, can you wear a mask? And I thought, okay, somebody's doing their job, that's cool. And then I said, sorry, I'm exempt and I can't wear a mask. And then they said, exempt, okay, what is your problem? And I say, actually, it's my medical condition, I don't really want to talk about it, but it's claustrophobia. And then she goes, oh, right, claustrophobia, and clicks her teeth. I can't really do that. And I said, well, wait a second, what was that all about? You just had an attitude about, I said to her, you just had an attitude about saying claustrophobia, like I just made it up, maybe. Are you saying I just made it up? And then she goes on and says, well, where's your exemption badge? And I said, well, I don't have it on me, but a piece of plastic isn't going to change the fact that I have a medical condition, you know. So the manager came upstairs after that, and he goes, oh, what's the problem? And he said, oh, this man is refusing to wear a mask. And I said, sorry, it's not because of that, it's because of my condition. And then he goes, well, actually, it's company policy, so if you don't like it, fuck off. He goes, private property, so if you don't like it, you can fuck off. And I was like, alright, I'm leaving. And then as I was going, and I heard him say, oh, like, get lost before I smash your head in. I was like, I remember smash your head, and I was like, what? Turn around. I was like, what? Turned around, and I realised he was right behind me, like he was following me very close, and he was pretty much this close to me when I turned around, like chest to chest. And I was like, okay, I don't want to be in this situation. So I turned around and sort of faced my back up, but quickly ran towards the exit because I didn't really want to have his back towards me while he was that aggressive. So I moved out and I left, because I realised when he was talking about private property, you can do whatever you like according to the law nowadays, if you're a shop owner. But really, because they delete the recording footage after, when the police actually would actually try and follow up on that. So really, in the best situation of that, you should just step out of the shop. And I was just leaving at the time anyway, so I just hot-footed it because he was right behind me. And when I closed the door, I realised that property actually extends to the pavement outside as well, a little bit. So I said, oh, wait a second, and then he jumped out, and then I opened the door to say, look, I'm going to tell people about this, because this is just atrocious how you're just treating people. It's just rubbish. And then I just said, "It's rubbish, how you treating people?" And then he jumped away from the counter and went up chasing me again. And I was like, "Oh no, here we go." He knows that the pavement's a thing as well. So I went across the road and I waited for him, and then he was just standing there, just like sort of just looking at me angry, like some sort of bulldog that sort of chained to his house. So he was very aggressive about it, and I just thought it would be better if he just understood that I had a condition and I didn't even want to be within 2 meters with him, let alone have a confrontation. So that was quite unfortunate. And another place, that was the end of that, unfortunately. That's another place was actually one thing about it was that he actually noted that I didn't have any camera. I tried to record him before, but I realized I had no battery life. It was quite a bad fail. I just looked at my camera. I was like, oh no, it's not even turning on. So I put it back, and then after that he just went haywire. So he took advantage of the fact that I didn't have any recording myself, but he had cameras on me, so I thought it was best to be out of that situation. And the next situation was literally in Dior. So I went into a Dior store and they kept on hassling me saying you need to wear a mask for the protection of our people. But I said, sorry, I feel comfortable in myself that I don't have anything, and you can wear a mask if it makes you feel comfortable, but really I shouldn't be discriminated against because I can't wear a mask as somebody who is, you know, claustrophobic and doesn't want to feel like he's hoodwinked. For me, I mean, if I cover this and this, it feels like I'm covering my whole face, so I just don't want to do it. So I was escorted out. The man in the Dior store, he said he was escorted out. I wanted to try the Oud Isfahani. I was with a friend actually, and they sort of surrounded us, about 5 to almost 8 people, and it was quite military almost. So we thought, you know what, let's just move out. And they made some sort of weird bubble around us when we were moving. I thought, I don't know what they were doing, but if they were so worried about their staff, why did they even come that close and just box us in like that? But that was a Dior store in central London, the flagship store. It was a shame that we couldn't actually sample all the higher grade fragrances that are above £100. But then again, it's probably a blessing in disguise because this channel is a budget channel for people who want to spend fragrances maximum £1 per milliliter and only stretch on it if you actually find something worthwhile and worth the price tag. And I think that if you are spending more than £1 per milliliter as a general note, I believe you're probably not looking hard enough for a scent that's actually long lasting and can actually work for you. I spent maximum 150 on a 100ml for I think what's it called, Carno Barcelona D600. Yes, and that was something quite special for me, but that came on a discount and that was reduced to about by 33% or something like that. So I think it was like 112 or something like that. So even then I tried to keep it quite close to the line. But anyway, enough about that and enough about me. The scent of today is Sicily by Mansura. I chose this because I thought, forget all that nonsense in the past. I want to just feel like I'm on holiday and I'm so fresh that I'm 1,000 miles away from this place. So I just picked this Sicily by Mansura. It's got grapefruit, pineapple, got some jasmine in the mid, and woody notes and musk in the base. It's just a general woodsy notes. The woody note I think consists of patchouli leaf. It's a light version of patchouli, not too heavy, and it allows the florals to shine, mainly the jasmine, a little bit yang lang to keep it sour with the citric note up top of the pineapple, and generally a very refreshing fragrance that I'm gonna have to wear now because it's actually getting more hot as I speak. So well, I'm gonna overdose on this one, see how long this lasts me. I'm on holiday now, enough of that. Probably don't actually spray that many times usually, but it's a good day today, I guess. So what do you think about Sicily? If you own it, if you love it, if it's a mood uplifter, tell me what you think about it. And if you mix it with any fragrances too, because I'm always up for a good mixer. So take care and stay fresh.